Now, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to deepen with growing concern from global leaders and aid organizations. Gaza's Civil Defense Agency said that at least 22 Palestinians were killed on Friday, including 8 people who were reportedly waiting for food aid. Video released by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs shows a convoy crossing into Gaza with gunfire ricocheting just meters from a desperate crowd. It says the shots were fired by Israeli forces as a warning, narrowly missing the people awaiting food assistance. Now, the Israeli army has denied deliberately firing at civilians and said that it's reviewing the footage. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff visited a U.S.-backed Gaza humanitarian foundation site in Rafah. He promised a plan to deliver more food to Gaza and said that he would present a plan to Trump in the days to come as well.
I spoke to Steve Witkoff. He had a great meeting with a lot of people, and the primary meeting was on food. And he also had some other conversations that I'll tell you about later. But he had a meeting on getting the people fed, and that's what we want.
Now, Witkoff's visit to the GHF site has drawn criticism. Critics say the GHF is worsening the crisis in Gaza. The United Nations and humanitarian groups say that more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed while trying to access aid since the GHF began operations in late May.
1 in 3 people in Gaza are going days without food, and the malnutrition indicator has exceeded the famine threshold, with global acute malnutrition now at over 16.5%. Today, more than 320,000 young children are at risk of acute malnutrition.
Amid mounting global outrage and the risk of a famine looming over Gaza, countries are launching airdrops to deliver food to the war-battered territory. The Jordanian army carried out at least 7 airdrop operations, delivering nearly 57 tons of aid on Friday. Italy announced the first Italian airdrops could begin on the 9th of August. Spain, Britain and France have also contributed, working with regional partners to provide food and basic supplies from the air. Meanwhile, Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan held talks with the Hamas delegation led by Hamas Shura Council Chairman Mohammad Darwish in Istanbul. Turkey has been trying to broker peace between Israel and Hamas. In Sana'a, thousands of Yemeni protesters denounced the starvation of the people in the Gaza Strip. Among them was Houthi activist Zaid al-Rafiq, who condemned the crisis in Gaza and praised Gazans for their resilience and patience.
The enemy has used every means of destruction and genocide against the people of Gaza. They have resorted to their last card, which is starvation, believing that this will force the people of Gaza to flee, abandon their land, and leave it to the occupying enemy. However, despite this, we see patience, steadfastness, and resilience from the people of Gaza. This plan has been supported by the Arab Zionists through the siege and the denial of food for the people of Gaza.